Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, guys, I am back on one of my pet peeves, and that is the banks. I was in London the other day for work. I popped into Santander, the bank, and guess what I was told? I was told that that bank or that branch would be closing down within the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I was told that it was one of 95 Santander branches across the country, several across London, north, south, east, and west, that will be closing down. And I spoke to a member of staff and I said to him, why is Santander closing down this branch? And the member of staff looked at me wryly and he said, because it's a matter of footfall. People are no longer coming into the branch, no longer doing their business. And I looked him in the eye and I saw there was a glint of understanding in his eye. And I said to him, that's not true, is it? And he looked at me and he agreed. And I said to him, look at this branch. It's full of people, queuing up to be served, queuing up to ask questions, queuing up to use the machines. I said to him, isn't it a case of the bank is making itself redundant? And the reason why I say the banks are making themselves redundant is because, and especially in Santander's case, the last so many years, they've been reducing their opening hours. They've been shutting for staff training, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 half day shutting on a Wednesday, this, that, and all. Don't get me started on the banks. So, and the reason why they're doing it, people, is because they don't want you and I to physically attend the branches anymore. They want us all to go online. They want it all to be digitization. They want to move us all towards this great reset. And the only way they can do that is by making certain that customers are not physically using the banks, using the branches. And then they can look at all their trends and all their little sliding charts and say, hang on a second, for the 6 months to June, we only had 5% worth of customers who actually used the branches. And the reason why you've only got 5% of customers, Santander, is because you have the shortest opening hours of any bank that I know. You're shut this, that, and every other day, blah, blah, blah. And you try and force your customers to do everything online. So it's almost a case of cause and effect, if you know what I'm trying to say. So when I spoke to this person, I said to him, okay, so what's happened with you? Are they helping you to find a new role or what's going on? And he told me, no, they're not. They are facing redundancy. And he said that they're neither helping them to find a job within the business itself, and they are neither helping them to find a job without the business. Really? I was left there looking at him and I said to him, do you know something? I worked in a company 2014. In that company, we made record profits. We made record profits. And do you know what we were told on the back of making those record profits? We were told by this company that they wanted to make a further 7% increased profit for the next year. And how do you think you can make profit like that in the next year? In my eyes, there's only two ways. One is by increasing your customer base, increasing the market mix, increasing the value of the company by going out and making more sales, or, well, there are other ways as well. But the only other way I can see that is by reducing your overheads. Reducing overheads means your staff, your operating costs, reducing the value of, for instance, your energy bills, this, that, and everything else. So you have to ask yourself a question. Who are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with the bank, or are we dealing with its shareholders, or are we dealing with people behind those people in the banks, the people that we'll never see? I remember 20 years ago, Santander was Abbey National. Things were never like this before Santander came along. Absolute joke. And I'm in the process of taking a lot of my business away from Santander. Do not like the way they operate. Do not like their interactions with people. Do not like this move and this force. We're being forced to go online. And you remember, for the older person as well, if they're forced to go online, then what happens? Half of them have no computers, half of them have no inkling to have a computer, but they're forced to digitize their whole lives to go online to be able to bank. Remember, a few years ago, you used to be able to cash checks, but then they started to charge you to cash checks, charge you for this, charge you for that. And the only reason they do that is to deter you. It acts as a deterrent for you to use their services. So they start to reduce all those services until the only services they have are services that are online. Really sucks, doesn't it? And it stinks as well. Anyway, I'm going to look at this thing here because it's breaking down what Santander is doing, the reason why it's doing it. So basically, it says Santander is closing down 95 UK branches and it's reducing its network to 350 locations. And it's a part of a larger restructuring, blah, blah, blah. And they're talking about reduced hours and going to work cafe formats. What on earth is a work cafe? Guys, I had to look this up. So a work cafe is the physical space designed by Banco Santander, open to anyone who wants to use its services, whether or not they are a customer of the bank. It combines 3 different zones in a single environment, an environment to enjoy different from a conventional office. What on earth is a work cafe? I still don't understand. From going online trying to find out what a work cafe is, it's left me scratching my head. I'm even less wise than I was before. Santander, you need to be coherent and clear in what you're doing. But we all know that you are coherent and clear because what you're doing is you're forcing us all off the high street, online, digitize, more control. We are going to have less control over our money. Absolutely less control. Stinks. Absolutely stinks. And we're looking down here as well. And it says here that customers are increasingly switching to online banking with a 63% surge in digital transactions since 2019. Guys, I dispute this vigorously. And after speaking to various staff, I really do dispute this. It's basically to move us all to go online. And then Santander said that from June the 30th, the majority of the reduced hours branches will be open just 3 days a week. Remember I said to you, they shut for staff training and this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And they're only open from 9 till 1:30 or whatever nonsense. Really? Are they customer service or are they customers getting no service? Really? So basically it says here, either Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 to 3 p.m. Most banks are open 4:30, 5 p.m. This is ridiculous. Or Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 9:30 to 12:30 p.m. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The banks are meant to treat us with respect and as customers, but it seems like we have to operate around what the bank wants to do rather than the bank wants to do what we want it to do. Absolute joke, guys. Absolute joke. The last thing I'm going to say on this, guys, is this just not cause and effect? Santander have continually shortened their opening hours and the days which they trade, which of course would have an impact on us, the customer, and force us to try other means to get access to our accounts. No other bank has been so anti-customer as Santander over the last few years. Of course, it would then meet their criteria to close branches because they have seen less footfall. They've engineered it. If you reduce opening hours and shut branches for training days, what do you expect? A self-fulfilling prophecy that was entirely of Santander's own making. Shake my head. Guys, let me know what you think down here in the comments section. I'm beyond disgusted with Santander, and good thing I haven't got that much accounts or anything in Santander. I've been basically making a concerted effort to move everything away from them because I don't like the way they operate. But let me know down here in the comment section if you think Santander is a great thing or what they're doing is great. Let me know down here. Or if you agree with my way of thinking, let me know down here anyway. But really and truly, it sucks to be a Santander customer. It really does. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm getting really angry here now. So I'm so sorry because not only are they treating their customers badly, but by speaking to their staff are under threat of, can't even think of the word is now. My mind is so busted by Santander. So not only are their customers treated badly, but their staff are under threat of redundancy. And not only are they under the threat of redundancy, but they are under the threat of not having anywhere else to go to, not within the company or anything. And the company doesn't look like it's helping them to find another role. Absolutely disgusting. Santander, pull your socks up, pull your finger out. You must do better. Anyway, guys, have a great weekend. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and I will see you at the next one.